What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy New Year! It's the year of the rabbit, and it's been a long time coming, but we are back with season 1, part 2, with this new semester. And of course, I am your host tonight, Latavia Balmer, and I am with Brendan Sherd, and we are welcome you back to What Is Up with Mental Health and Everything Else, and bring it to you. What's up with healthy habits versus non-healthy habits? So, Brandon, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I mean,
what is a habit?
My gosh, what is a habit? Habits are for sure things that we have done over and over and over again. It's an action, it's a behavior that once done multiple times, we kind of do it without even thinking about doing it.
Yeah, so it's like a pattern, right?
Yeah. It's a pattern. Our body recognizes it. It's something that we do without even like second guessing it. It's just wherever we learned it from, however many times we did it, it's an action that we do without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just instantly.
So let me ask you this. What are your habits?
Man, listen. I got a lot of habits,
Yeah.
I think about my morning routine, right? So many habits involved with that, Waking up. What time do I wake up?
What time do you wake up?
Right. Of course. Waking up. My habit right now, and here's the thing, we'll get into this too, how habits can change. But right now, I have a habit of waking up at 6:15 a.m. in the morning.
Ooh, that's early.
Listen, I was never a morning person, but all of a sudden, when the reasoning and the motivation is there, that's a lot to do with habit formation. You will find yourself needing to do something and making it a habit because the reward for it is necessary, or you're trying to obtain something, or you just have to because it's better for you in a certain way.
Yes. As you all know, it's a new year, and we all do the same thing every new year. We try to make new year resolutions.
Right.
Some of us succeed in doing them. Some of us just drop them, and that is a bad habit. I know for me, I'm like, I'm not even going to go make no new year resolutions because I know, like, the energy is going to be there the first week. You motivated,
yeah.
And then
excitement.
You revert back to your old self and just be like, it's too much work trying to do something new. And that's not healthy. If you're going to say something, stick to it. Commitment is a good habit.
Yeah.
Having that commitment in your everyday life, it helps. And it helps with your mental state.
Absolutely.
It keeps you on a routine. It keeps you going. So we're talking about good habits versus bad habits. We are really just getting into like routines.
Yes.
We're getting into patterns. If you will, we're tapping into coping mechanisms.
Yeah, because I know for sure that when you have established a routine and you have been doing it for quite a long time, that's what feels normal to you, the mental, the body. When you can accomplish a day in your ordinary routine, there isn't too much ups and downs as far as like how you felt that day. It was predictable. You were able to do things that you normally do in a certain predictable way.
Yes.
Very good for psychological well-being.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But the difference of this, because if you have to go out of your routine, some activities it's not too strenuous. You receive an unexpected phone call. At first it's like, oh, this is different, but depending on who it is, the circumstances, you pick up, you might even get something out of it,
Okay.
But, let's see. You're going to, here's a different example. You're going to class, and then for whatever reason, where you thought you was going to be sitting there listening to a lecture, calm, easy breezy, 5 minutes into the class, the professor says, all right, pop quiz.
Oh, yeah. And now your brain is just like, what?
Like jumping. Oh, my God, what's going on? I wasn't ready for this. This is not what I was thinking I was going to do. Like, I'm in this routine of coming to class, looking at the syllabus. We're going to do this. Now, all of a sudden, you throw this at me like, my whole body's out of whack.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have some resilience. Okay, that is not going to be the end of the world, but for sure, that is what kind of makes our responses, and that's why there's power in the routine. And when we're thrown off that routine, it can get really challenging.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then you also have to take into account all the bad habits that we all have. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we aren't as aware of our bad habits as we are with our healthy habits. Mm-hmm. So when we're changing our bad habits, it's going to be like a real challenge because you're like, I didn't know this was even like happening. I didn't even know if it was bad. Like, it's just like something I'm so used to. Mm-hmm. And then when you see it as bad habit, and then it's like, okay, is it truly a part of my everyday life? Yeah. Or is it just something that I want? Something that I just, what's the word? Mm-hmm. Prefer to have.
Right, yeah. Right. Yeah, and we see that in a lot of different contexts where, okay, let's think of a bad habit, right?
Lying is a bad habit.
Hey,
a lot of people lie.
Yeah, a lot of people lie. And why would we lie? To get out of something.
Yes.
To protect your pride, self-esteem, your
ego. Yeah.
To remain in a good image, if you will, mm-hmm. and plus 1,000 other
things.
And when that is challenged, the thought of lying or the behavior of lying mm-hmm. can and will sometimes come out.
Yeah.
And, then you can recognize like, wow, do I lie about certain things every time my image is like attacked, if you will, mm-hmm. or if I'm trying to cover up something? And then you look at that habit and see like, wow, is that getting me anywhere? Is that a benefit? Is that a good habit? Mm-hmm. Is it causing more good? Is it causing more bad? And lying for sure is a bad habit.
And to get to that point where you start asking yourself these questions like, is it beneficial? Am I hurting myself or am I, elevating myself? You actually have to like have the ability to sit within yourself and analyze the things you do. And that comes with great strength because not everyone has that, that self-awareness. Like, what I'm doing right now is not helping me, mm-hmm. nor is it helping the next person. It's just keeping me in this, standstill or this mm-hmm. cycle because I'm lying about this thing to protect someone else's feelings. Mm-hmm. But because I'm lying to protect them feelings, I'm not saying how I truly feel. Mm-hmm. So I'm still sitting with those feelings. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you really have to have this real good strength to sit within yourself mm-hmm. and actually, accept like the reasonings to why you're lying. So bad habits is really a real challenge to like address and to like just throw out the window.
Yeah.
But we all have them because we are human beings. And it's like sometimes we just gotta address them, If we all want to be better people, we just have to really just be like, yeah, it's time for me to grow up.
Yeah, I mean in the context of moving past a bad habit, mm-hmm. and why are we calling it bad? Because the action of it is usually bringing you something that you don't want, or there's hurt involved in it, mm-hmm. or just a negative connotation involved in the habit. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, we've done it so often to where it almost happens automatically, like
yeah.
When you're put in that context or mm-hmm. in that situation again, boom.
Yeah.
You go to the bad habit.
Cursing is a bad habit.
Yeah.
And we all do it. Like, especially when we're upset, it's just straight. Yeah. No. It's like a self-control, please.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say, well, cursing just helps me to let loose and release and mm-hmm. let it out. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's great.
That in certain contexts, in certain environments, by all means.
Yeah.
Okay. But what you want to maybe you don't want to curse perhaps in the classroom, mm-hmm. or I will try not to curse here on this platform.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't be the most appropriate place for it to happen. Mm-hmm. And then with the habit, it's like, are you aware of it, and do you have control over it? Mm-hmm. Can you really get into that space where usually you would do this habit, but due to a certain reason or your change of environment, now all of a sudden you have control over it, or you don't have control over it.
Yeah.
That's where we kind of get into this realm of like, oh gosh, I got a really bad habit.
Yeah. And truth be told, breaking habits are hard. They're easy to obtain, but really hard to break. And I think it takes 18 to 214 days to develop a habit.
Yeah.
Like what?
Depending on the person, everybody's different. But you can, I think a lot of psychology research and evidence supports that 18 to 21 days is usually the enough time for a certain habit done repetitively to be ingrained into like your behavior, like your mind and all that and everything there, so that it becomes more like reflexive behavior. It's just something that you do now.
Yeah.
But it does depend on the person. It can last almost to, like you were saying, up to 210 days, if not more.
Yeah. I know fall semester, I wanted to have a healthy schedule. I wanted to get into a routine. So, just like you, I would wake up early because I had an 8 a.m. So I'm like, you know what? I have to get up early. I have to prepare myself for this 8 a.m. I don't want to go to class all tired and down and I can't focus. So I come up with the routine of waking up around 6:30 or 7 o'clock, get ready, go to breakfast, have a good breakfast because we all need good food in our system to be energetic, energy food. So that developing that habit really helped me all last semester. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to continue that habit this semester. But now that I have a 10 a.m., I'm thinking I have more time. I could lollygag. I could wake up later. It's a whole new semester. It's a whole new ball game. And what I didn't realize is because it's a new semester, I have to develop a new routine to work with this semester. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to get into a routine, try to, keep my healthy habit of eating a good breakfast, go to class on time, make sure everything is right for my body. It's been hard. It's really been hard because I'm just so stuck into fall semester because of how diligent I was.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
you work so hard to create a habit for that semester, right?
Yes.
And then now it's like you can get into that routine again, but all your classes has changed.
Yes.
Now. So it's like, God, I gotta break the habit. It wasn't a bad habit, but I gotta break this habit of how I was last semester.
Or not really break it, just adjust it.
Okay, yeah. That's a good.
So I'm trying my hardest to adjust it. But I was just like, I can't really get into it as much as I was fall semester because I would go to the dining hall around 7:30 when I'm ready, sitting there for 25 minutes to 30 minutes, go straight to my class, and I'm good the whole entire day. Now I'm like,
you have this delay.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to the dining hall around 9:30, 9 o'clock. I'm out of whack. So it's kind of like a real, I don't know. I feel like I'm in the matrix right now because like the Christmas break and now we're back on campus and we have to get used to the new instead of the old.
Yes. And there's some good and bad, I suppose, to that. But I would say the good news is, you've been able to get through a semester in a certain habit, certain form before. And although you have to make adjustments and do arrangements, so much of what did work well last semester will come back. Like it won't be as hard to kind of get back into any habit that works in the same function. It'll be fine. It'll probably come back in another week's time. About 21 days, right?
21 days. And I'm actually giving myself that challenge, because I want to succeed this semester, of course, we all do. But I also want to be healthy. I want to be healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically. So I'm pushing myself to continue developing majority of my habits to be healthy.
Yes. And you speak about a good principle where, people typically form habits because they want it to be something beneficial to their identity, or they want to just do the behavior that's going to give them a positive result.
Right.
So it's like kind of content based, if you will.
Yeah.
You're saying like, I want to be healthy. So, you want to be a healthy person, right? And linking it into either of those two components definitely helps you to then maintain motivation and have a good thought process about, well, what would it take to form this habit to then be healthy?
Yeah.
And like, if you can link it to a deeply intrinsic motivation, which is like, I want to be healthy, that identity form, you're already on your way to getting that habit going.
And if you use that, it also boosts your character. Because I know when I
think of those
7 hours of sleep, a good hot breakfast, I'm the nicest person in the world. But if I don't have it, I don't know what to tell you.
Yes.
So habits really contribute to who we are, and what energy we give out in the world, how we think, and not to be honest, how we breathe. So
well, you can say that's a habit in itself, well, if you were to be an athlete, especially like a long distance runner, you do start to train your body into breathing in a certain way that gives you the most oxygen.
Yeah.
As you're running for miles. I don't know how y'all do that, but
good luck.
To all the athletes out there, God bless y'all. I don't know how you do it. But then they find a way to breathe to like kind of bring in the oxygen. And it's very habitual. It's very like trained to do this behavior while they're performing whatever task that they need to do.
Yeah.
And it gets them through. And it gets easier. And it gets easier and easier. And I was just, there's one thing too where as far as a habit, the way you do things can change depending on like what environment you're in. And by what do I mean by that? Like when I'm home, I know I do my morning routine habit. I'm waking up at 6:30 and then I'm brushing my teeth and then I'm washing my face. And, that is my routine because I have to go to work. Yeah. Right. And that is the context. But let me be on vacation. Let me not be at home.
A routine? What's a routine? I'm here chilling. What's that? You fall right off.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to brush my teeth, right?
Of course.
I'm going to brush my teeth. Certain things, they don't change, right? But did I get up at 6:30 a.m.? Did I keep up with that happening? No. Chances are no.
I woke up at 1
p.m. Or am I, like, maybe the first night on, let's say, a vacation or just in a new space, I might because I am in that habit. But then it's like, well, I don't have to go to work. Yeah. So the reasoning for that habit has effectively changed for these next couple of days.
Yes.
It's so important. The reasoning why you have to do this habit or you want to do this habit. And if that reasoning goes, and it's, let's say, a habit that requires me some effort to do, naturally speaking, I would love to wake up at 11 a.m. But when I have to get up, nowadays it's at 6:30 a.m. And that habit goes away if I'm on vacation.
Yeah, and it brings me back to like how we are from Monday to Friday and Friday to Sunday. Two different routines in 1 week.
That's right.
It's like on Fridays you're like, no work tomorrow? No work? What? I'm going out having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I don't gotta do nothing Saturday. Wake up bad late Saturday. Right. Brunch time. It is what it is. Let me watch some TV. Tired of TV? I'm about to just go do something. Just free range on the weekends. Right. But once Sunday hit, Sunday dinner, laundry gotta be done. Yes. Work gotta be done because you gotta go to work on Monday. And it's just like, wow, okay.
Right. Yeah, that's a perfect example because the content changes when you're on your grind Monday through Friday. And then now you have the weekend to do weekend festivities and or activities because some people work. Yeah. But it's two different zones that you're working in, and it makes a difference in how you then spend or do your daily routine. Most people probably have a Monday through Friday routine and then the weekend routine.
Yeah, I know I do. Tomorrow I got classes, so
and tomorrow's Friday, so
yes.
I mean, 6:30 a.m. will happen, but there's that Friday vibe, Friday like Yeah, we here.
Yeah. Friday.
I don't know if I'm going to be starting any new activities come Friday. I can wait till Monday, right?
Yeah.
That's just how I formulate. That's the habit that I've built here through my Monday and Friday. Friday, we're closing up shop a little bit. Like anything that needed to get addressed in the Monday through, like earlier in the week, that hasn't, is done by Friday.
Yeah.
It's a habit that I've made in my work mode. And I start planning and jotting things down for like what I want to accomplish next week. It's a good habit too, especially for like academics as well. Like, get into that routine of like planning out what it is that you want to do and want to accomplish next week. Finishing up things that you started on the prior week, and then looking forward to what you want to do for the next week, that Friday afternoon or maybe like early Monday morning.
Yes. Planning is a very great habit. Like, what I tell you, when I'm stressed, I'm like, oh my God, so much to do. Take out my little notepad and be like, I need this done by 3 p.m. today. I need this done by Friday. And then as I'm going down my list, I'm also like, this is a habit of me planning. And now I'm like, okay, I could get this out the way. Because I know that once all of this is done, I could relax. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to stress. And now my mental is like calm.
Yes.
So planning is a very great habit. And I'm still pushing myself to keep like always planning. Like I'm also a overachiever. So planning is like imperative. Over the break, I'm planning all of the things I have to do.
All these ideas pop in your head.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But then also I realized I have a bad habit of overextending myself because I want to succeed so much that I never give myself enough time to rest and take a break and breathe and be like, okay, if I don't get it done today, I can get it done tomorrow. But because I feel like I need to continue going, I don't give myself enough time to just relax and let all my ideas flow. I'm just always on 100. I'm always moving. So when I do feel like I'm relaxing, I feel like I'm lazy. Because I've got this habit, like I always got to keep going. I always got to do something. So it's like, yes, sometimes it could be good, but it's also can be viewed as bad if you don't give yourself that time to just relax because we're not robots. And I work like I'm a robot. Like I'm very passionate about everything I do. If my name is on it, I'm putting my all in it, 100%, because I want it to be as beautiful as it can be. But I also need to understand like rest is also needed because I can't always be myself 100% of the time if I am not sleeping, if I am not resting. So that is also a bad habit of mine.
Not getting no sleep, pushing yourself. But what first thing of a bad habit is just recognizing that it exists, and when you're able to do that's step one. That's step one, and then you have to. So once you're aware of it, then you have to go back to like, okay, what is most helpful? Like getting sleep is definitely going to then continue to help you to get all the activities that you want to get done. Get your certain number of sleep, whether it be 7 hours or 9 hours. But you recognize that. So that is the first step in knowing that you can change it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And that's why I took Fridays off because I know last semester I had 2 classes on Fridays at 8 a.m. and then a night class for 3 hours. That stressed me out. So I'm like, you know what, this semester I just need some type of break. And I said Fridays have to be that day because Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And as a student, we all know Thursdays are our Fridays.
Right, it starts early.
So
yeah. And then it's like finding the balance between like, all right, I'm here Monday through Thursday, I'm working hard and grinding. Then for all that work, I'm gonna reward myself.
Yes.
It's like if I get through this habit of working hard Monday through Thursday, then I can reward that habit by having time off, enjoying yourself. Having a good time or just relaxing.
Yes. But it is a hard habit to break. But knowing that I know that I have this habit, as soon as I could just be like, you know what, habit be gone. And it's over.
Yeah. Or you could, with certain bad habits, you can then try to replace it with a good habit.
Yes.
And some people say like smoking is a bad habit. It is. It is, right? And you hear sometimes like, well, you can try to replace smoking with like, I don't know,
dancing, reading a book,
right, or eating candy instead,
painting,
which might be a band-aid to because
sugar, yeah,
but maybe not as then potent as like smoking,
yeah.
And it has been helpful for some individuals. You have to do what works for you, but you can try to build a new habit. To break a bad habit, you build a new habit. It's kind of the way that you frame it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like that actually because I gotten into the habit of writing affirmations and repeating them daily because I used to be self-conscious, or I would just put myself down, or just feel like I'm not enough for all the things that I want to accomplish. So I'm like, this is not doing me no justice. This is not benefiting me. This is not motivating me to keep going so I can succeed. So I'm going to replace this bad habit with something good. And it became my affirmations. And then I also have a modeling club. So I also tell them, like, don't put yourself down. Don't limit yourself. Tell yourself, if you feel like you can't do something, you take that can't out. You said, I can.
There you go.
And then you do that every day, you start to believe it. Yeah.
And you start to build that habit.
And then it's good for your mental and it makes you evolve.
Right. Yes. And then it gets easier
and easier
to do over time. And just like that. A bad habit. I got rid of that a long time ago.
Yeah. So in a sense, if you think about it, it is hard to break bad habits, but it's easy too to create a new habit to replace that habit.
Yes. And that's just one way of like trying to frame this to where it's like, because you're always saying, oh, it's hard to break this habit. It's hard to bad habit. It's hard to break it. Just can't. That's going to make it even harder because that's what you're feeding your mind about. But if you just, okay, have this habit. I don't like it. If only I could do this other thing instead. And then literally start to build the habit of doing that new activity.
Yeah.
And, a good exercise, if you will, that works in trying to formulate new habits is, let's say it's like, oh, I want to start going to the gym once a day, right? That's a new habit I should learn.
That's a habit I should continue to do.
Listen, by the end of this season, I'm going to follow up on that.
Everybody say that. That's like a New Year resolution.
Listen, y'all hold me accountable to that. Okay? But in trying to build that new habit, going to the gym one time daily, I can think about how I would accomplish that daily. Like, okay, I know I get up at 6:30. Does that mean now I have to maybe change it to 5:45 or join the 5 a.m. club so that I can put in that time to go exercise for the hour and then get back into my regular routine of, starting my morning off or doing everything else that I need to do to get ready for work that I usually do after 6:30. Think about the actual steps that would be involved in starting that new habit. Like step by step, I have to wake up at this time. I would have to get my gym clothes ready, however which way, have some gym clothes, identify a gym that you want to go to. Think about the routine, the exercise routine that you want to do. I'm talking step by step. If you work that process out in your head, you are more likely to start the new habit.
Yeah, but planning out all of these steps, some people get anxious.
That's true.
Oh my God, so much to do and trying to be better, So instead of thinking about all of these things after one another, like every step, just think about the first step.
Hey,
the first step is
works too.
I want to go to the gym. I need to make time to go to the gym.
Yes.
I wake up at 6:15. Let me now wake up at 5:30, 5 o'clock. Now I have time to incorporate going to the gym.
Yes.
And then once I go to the gym, I come home, shower, continue my routine as if I didn't go to the gym. But now I just made time for it.
Yeah.
And then every day, another step. Okay, made time for the gym. Now I can have this whole entire. I can make time, plan my outfits or whatever you will,
however. Yeah, exactly.
Or
exactly.
I made all this time. I go to the gym, meal prep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And now I could continue on my original routine. And it's just all about that first step. Because once you take that first step, everything else will follow.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can get the more you do it, the more you
get better at it. Yeah,
that's right. And it builds into a habit. And next thing you know, you're a person that goes to the gym 1 time daily, right?
Yeah. And now you're part of the 5 a.m. club. Right. And now because you're part of the 5 a.m. club, you might as well be part of the 1%.
Hey, listen.
Right. Just think about it. It's all about the way perception, if you will. It's all about how you see things and creating nothing and making an opportunity out of it.
Yeah.
So,
and and try not to think like, oh, I can't do something, or that doesn't fit for me. You're free to do whatever you feel like will be a healthy outlet for you. And if you're having trouble doing it by yourself, get connected to people that are doing the thing that you want to do, because they'll give you helpful advice.
Surrounding yourself around like-minded people push you so many steps ahead than what you are by yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be motivating. It's something that you see. It's something that you hear all the time. You're just around that energy, if you will.
Yeah. And everything's energy based.
Yeah. They keep you motivated. Or if you don't know people, watch some videos. Something that keeps you motivated. Whatever the case, you surround yourself with the activity or the habit that you want to do.
Yeah.
And you'll be better off than where you started from, as far as getting to that in that habit of whatever activity it is that you want to do.
Yeah, just take the word can't out your vocabulary, because once you say I can't, you already conditioning your mind to believe in that. You can't do something, your body's going to reject it. Oh, you said you can't do it. So why are we pushing ourselves to show you that you actually can? Take out your vocabulary, because you're limiting yourself. And nobody ever wants to be limited, because the world is what do they say, your oyster? That's the saying? Yeah, like the sky is the limit or beyond. So it's all about how you think, and you're the creator of your life. You're the creator of your world. So you create good habits, good things gonna follow.
That's right.
You devote yourself to bad habits, bad things gonna follow. It's all. I had a quote. I just wanted to say
yes,
because it's a great quote.
Yes.
I love my quotes. I do.
Yeah, it's always good to end off with a quote. We're getting to that time, so
and I'm big on law of attraction.
Yes, okay.
Because you say you want something, it's going to happen. You believe it, it's there. Because you see it, you believe it, it's yours. So the quote is law of attraction. Your mind is a magnet. If you think of blessings, you attract blessings. If you think of problems, you attract problems. Always cultivate good thoughts and remain positive. So keep that in mind.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That is good for your psychological well-being.
Absolutely. And that being said, we're going to end this episode. And it was a pleasure, always talking to you guys. We're back and we're not leaving. We have so much more to bring this semester.
Absolutely.
You think our magic is gone? No, our fire just started to flicker.
Listen, it's a brand new year.
Yes.
We're off to a brand new start. We are building healthy habits.
Hello.
Making additions, making adjustments. But the more we do this, the more we're going to get excited to do this.
Because 2023 is what? Say it with me. Our year.
That's right. Yes. It's going to be a good one. I feel it. The best is yet to come. It's the coin I've been saying since this year started.
Yup. And next week is going to be February.
Say God.
Oh my God.
No, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Black History Month.
Black Power.
That's
Black Power. And I love me some Black Power. So Black History Month, we're putting our foot on the gas pedal.
That's right. Full steam ahead.
Yes.
We're all efforts. And I want to see you guys out and about. Do something,
Yeah.
Do something Black History Month related. Just start clubs. Live life.
Yes. Just because it's winter, just because it's cold, don't let it make you feel like you can't do anything. Live life like every day is summer.
There you go.
What Jill Scott say?
What's that?
Sunshine.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Living my life like it's golden.
That's right.
Living my life like it's golden. Definitely, that's what you gotta do.
Absolutely. There's so much life to be had.
Yes.
Just find it. Just go out there, get involved. Do well in your studies. Continue to make good study habits. Go to CSS. If you don't have a good study habit, you don't feel just go to CSS. Please. That's the clock building. Okay?
Yeah.
Just go. They will teach you all about good academic habits. Okay.
Yes. And personal habits too.
Yeah, that's
because you can't be successful academically if you're not successful personally.
Mm-hmm.
So
then you come to our department, the Wellness Center. We'll handle all of that if necessary.
Yeah.
But the supports and the resources are available. Everything that we're saying here can be a reality. Just take advantage of it. Just have the hope and belief that you can, and you will.
Yeah.
We are here to help, always.
Persevere. That's it.
Absolutely.
And we will. Because y'all got what is up with mental health and everything else. But until next time, you guys. See you later.
Thank you so
Have
much.
a blessed night. Mwah.
Thank you.